pretty close there, going out of the pit lane. Okay, we'll make sure this is all coming through before we get underway.
Give me that sweet, sweet link, baby.
I think we are live. The link should be up now.
Yep.
What do you reckon? Get it underway with a couple of minutes left, or you just getting the links out? And...
yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Yep.
2 minuti.
Brakes coming through the brake. I think it's the brakes, isn't that squealing?
Yeah, it is. When it's squealing too much, you hear like almost like a grindy noise. The brakes are overheating, so
yeah,
be careful of that. Because then you go into the next corner, and you got fuck all brakes.
Yeah.
I think the link works.
Is the link working or?
Yeah, sorry. Oh no, it does work now. No, when I send it onto the chat, it doesn't work sometimes, but it says like URL hidden or some shit.
Okay. Just retweeting.
That's all good now. Yep. Sending shit.
Alright, can we get underway, you reckon? Oh, we've got a minute left, but...
Yeah, just let it chill out for a sec.
Yeah. Person watching. Voodoo's got double the amount of viewers we do.
Yeah, so I'll say expected poll. I will say 159, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll just say that and then
see
how it goes. Yeah.
I need full Zen mode on my collie map though.
Yeah, harness the Mr. Miyagi style.
I'll even turn the game up so it's harder to hear you, so then you can just don't have to worry about it being too loud or whatever.
Yeah.
And then if you say like, you know, I'm on board here with Will Go, hopefully I don't hear that and don't put pressure on myself, and then bin it. Absolutely bun it. Hi Kane.
Oh, comments. Do we have comments coming in?
Yeah, I got my phone up on my side here.
Can't see any bloody comments. Oh, live chat. There we go. Well, we might get underway. What do you reckon? We've got a few people watching.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
Green light, go, go, go.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. We're back to do it all over again for another night. It's another practice round of the new KRL season. This time it's Tier 1 from the famous Mount Panorama circuit here in Bathurst, Australia. One, if not the most famous track, at least in Australian motorsport, if not the world, as we see our drivers. Another good turnout tonight, 14 drivers in fact, as we take a look at Bathurst 81 coming out onto the circuit for the first time. It's my great pleasure to welcome my co-commentator. No pressure on him, but he has promised lap times of in the 1:59 range. No pressure at all. Welcome to you, Wilco.
I'm pretty sure you're putting words in my mouth. Nah. Nah, yeah. Hello, how you going? How you going, mate?
Yes, career best form going very nicely indeed. Kane has been good enough to join us, the Tier 2 man himself. Hi to you, Kane. Kane Leishman, that's right. Sorry, I just had to double check that. But let's have a look at the details in the rundown for you, Kane, tonight, because it's going to be a slightly longer night than Wednesday night. Last night, in fact, we've got a 20-minute, we've had a 10-minute free practice session. Currently, we are watching the 20-minute qualifying session, which will be followed by a 45-minute race, and which is slightly longer, of course, than 5 minutes longer in qualifying, and a 15 minutes longer for the race for the Tier 1 boys instead of the Tier 2 boys. But speaking of this man, Jimbo 9123, he had to absorb enormous pressure last night in his battle for P2. That was a great battle to watch last night, Wilco, and that kept us entertained whilst Binger King 33 checked out up the front and won last night's Tier 2 race, as Cart Dude off to the side there as we check out what Nobby Nuts Doldrums is doing. So 17 minutes, just 2 and a bit minutes gone so far in this session. And track temperature is fast, Wilco, and that is good for you.
Yeah, not what I want it to be. I want that optimum to pop up, which it should do in about a minute's time. But yeah, that can make the track go go about a second quicker. So yeah, I'm just putting the banker in now, so we'll see how we go.
Let's go. We'll keep an eye on you, Wilco, and get down to you throughout the course of the evening. But how good is this? Great to have everyone's company watching on the live stream as always. Very pumped for tonight. I know throughout the course of the day, speaking off air, our man Wilco, very pumped for tonight, and looking forward to the Tier 1 action, and so should you be at home. Special mention to a couple of our beloved regulars, Voodoo, of course, who's been working those thumbnails and graphics for the Kit Buyers Racing League, an absolute legend, and also a big shout out to Robbie Mad Dog Spicy Pearson, who has come into some trouble at the chicken farm there. But it's all happening down there at the chicken farm over there in South Australia. So we are thinking of the Chicken Furor, and we hope all is well for you tonight. We know you'll be watching at some stage, and Aussie Thunder has logged in. He says, "G'day guys," and this was the man who was itching to get underway. He could not wait for the stream to get underway, and we could not wait to bring it to you. So big hello to you, Kane and Aussie, both logged into the live stream tonight. 3 people watching. We need to bump those numbers up, their rookie numbers. We got roughly get into double figures. We're doing well as we take a look at Wilco. Speaking of doing well, just putting in a banker lap here in qualifying. Now you can see 5 a.m. or 8 p.m. I should say for the qualifying session, 5 a.m. for the 45-minute race. So that track temperature, or the track condition I should say, has ticked over to optimum. 24 degrees track temperature, 24 air temperature as well, 6 kilometres an hour for that wind, so nothing really to be concerned about with those weather conditions. But Wilco now coming around to complete his lap, and Murph, look at that. He's gone top of the list, top of the tables, top of the timesheet so far with 2 minutes flat, 2 minutes .8 for 8:46, I beg your pardon, as Wilco goes slightly slower than that. And what's that, a 2:09 for Wilco there, and Barter's going a little bit slower, 1.8 seconds off of that pace. But as we see the track temperatures rise, the track condition now at optimum, and that is just what you need to get the most out of your qualifying lap. As you can see the sector times on your screen, very interesting there. You can see Mighty Murph with a 38.406 in the first sector compared to our man Wilco's 38.1. And then it is Murph quickest in the second sector by just over a tenth of a second. And then 3/10 ahead of Wilco as well in sector 3. And for a final lap of a 2 minutes flat, we can see the times coming in now. Two guys in the 2 minute range. Bathurst with a 2:02. Voodoo Child, hashtag the Nigerian Prince from Dubai. He won't be getting too many credit card details there in fourth. On a 2:03.3. Then it's Notice for Blue, followed by Nobby Nuts Doldrums there with a 2:04. But we'll get that out of the way at the moment because we want to see what Wilco's going to do. Hopefully he's not listening to the sound of my voice while he's on his hot lap. And just look how quick that beautiful looking number 19 Porsche is coming down the mountain along Conrod Straight now. And where is this time going to put our man Wilco? As we can see, he's got some traffic up ahead there, but it looks to be Barters, I think it was, off to the side. He just gets out of the way, doing the smart thing. And Caleb says, hashtag Nigerian Prince from Dubai. Big hello to you, Caleb, and thank you for joining us back-to-back nights. You're an absolute superstar, Caleb Gray, and it's great to have you back again for a second night. Kilroy says, good evening all. Great to have you with us, Kilroy, the man from Illawarra. The newest member of the KRL family, so get on it, Kilroy. Hope you subscribe to the channel. And Mighty Murph saying, how much do I got to pay for some TV time? Well, that's interesting there, Murph. Just not happy with his amount of time on the stream. I've just flicked to you, Murph, but there's no point going to you now, of course, because you're sitting in the pit lane. But Wilco, who's encountered Barters again. So Wilco with a 2 minutes .561. So he needs to find another half a second there if he's going to get that magical, mythical time of a 1 minute 59 point something over the top of the mountain. But we might see what everyone else is doing. Binger, who's currently 1.6 seconds off of pole position. You can see there his kids. I'm sure they'll be watching. Big hello to the entire Binger King 33 family. The kids were very happy last night. Dad managing to get the W and get the job done by about 30 seconds or so last night, winning comfortably. So he's coming into the pits. So it'll be interesting to see whether he can back it up after his win last night. Barters 81, still 2.1 seconds off the pace. The Nigerian Prince, who's just pulling off to the side there. So there must be some traffic coming up. No, he's gone back into the pit lane. We haven't mentioned this man's name so far, the Boss 290, in that beautiful Mercedes AMG car. He's 3.2 seconds off the pace as he has a big moment. And he's not going to get that back. He is off at the top of the hill. And that is not where you want to be. Cart dude there, the Taswegian in the Aston Martin. Beautiful looking car once again. They're all beautiful looking cars, in fact. He is in P9 now as Jimbo Jones changed to the chrome livery tonight for his Porsche, the number 91 Porsche. The man who finished second last night. Boy, what a battle that was. Jimbo, despite not repairing his damage, I should say, in the pit lane, he still managed to keep it all together and stay in second place. And Caleb Gray, Caleb says, expecting a fast race here, boys. I reckon you're pretty much on the money, Caleb, I reckon, with 11 minutes to go in qualifying. Jimbo currently down there in P10. LJR Rose Racing probably would be expecting to go a little bit quicker than that, as we see the over-enthusiastic marshals waving those flags like they do. And Nobby Nuts Doldrums, not sure whether he likes to be called Nobby Nuts Doldrums, Wilco, but I'm not sure whether we can go to you. Are you on quick outlap? So how's the track feeling? What are the conditions like out there? We're seeing optimum track temperatures. Are you feeling that grip? Is the track where you want it to be at the moment?
Yes, pretty good. Pretty hooked up at the moment. So just getting a nice banker lap in. Now I can go push for it on this run here. Well, yeah, looking good.
There we go. You heard it there first. Wilco reporting to us from the cockpit of the number 19 Porsche. I haven't asked Wilco about the significance of the number 19. Is it a Jason?
Birthday.
Oh, I was about to say Jason Dunstall. Anyway.
Oh, that too. That's why I'm named Jason.
There we go. Well, there we go.
Born on the 19th, so there you go.
There we go. Ties in nicely. So I was onto something. But the number 19 Porsche there, Jason at Wilkinson, the great man from, he's not from Scoresby, he's from Carrum Downs. Of course, we like to acknowledge the residents of Carrum Downs, past, present and emerging. But anyway, with just a tick under 10 minutes remaining in this session, I'm not going to talk to you, Wilco, because the commentator's curse has struck you before. So we're going to see what Mighty Murph is doing. And look at this. Mighty Murph looks to be on a pretty hot lap. If you don't mind, the man from New Zealand who has requested, he's made a special request for some more stream time. And the only way to do that is be up at the sharp end, the business end of things here for KRL. As Caleb says, going to set a track record, I reckon, as we tick over to 10 viewers. That's right, 1 and 0. And watch hours equals watch hours and subscribers. We've got the... Anyway, forget about that. But it's all about the racing. What I was trying to say was viewers equals watch hours, which means that's good for us. And it's good for Wilco too. But Wilco currently on provisional pole position unless this man or somebody else can stop him. And somebody's had a moment by the sounds of it. But
Rose Racing was just driving backwards in the cutting. Okay, shit out of me.
As you do. But Mighty Murph couldn't improve on that lap. But we'll stick with this one as somebody's coming out of the pit lane on the left there, doing very nicely to get out of the way. Bathurst 81, who's down there in P5. It is very, very close. That midfield, I shouldn't say midfield, that just behind Wilco and Mighty Murph. You've got Bob Hoskins in third, and down to Binger, third to sixth, just 0.3 of a second separating Bob from Binger. And Binger and Bob there, third and sixth, and between them is Notice for Blue and Barters. And Bob and Binger, no, third and fourth. But Voodoo down there in P8 as well. Jimbo Jones just behind him. So it's almost like we've got 3 different tiers or 4 different tiers here. We've got the top 2 guys in a league of their own at the moment as we're watching Murph. We might stick with this hot lap at the moment. Let's hope that he doesn't encounter traffic. It looks like a pink Porsche up ahead. It looks like it's righty in that pink Porsche, so hopefully he doesn't get out of the way as Bob Hoskins and Notice of Blue both in the pits along with Rose Racing and Nobby Doldrums. And Big Dick Johnson yet to set a time in this session along with V8 Man as well. But alrighty, is he going to get out of the way? He may be on a hot lap as well, but we'll see how this pans out. Here, of course, coming down the Conrod straight now, and righty, is he going to get out of the way? I think Murph is looking for a bit of a tow here on his hot lap. That might be able to just get him a couple of extra tenths as to try and possibly knock Wilco off of pole position, but he is sitting pretty in P1 at the moment as righty now. Still ahead of Mighty Murph, Porsche v Porsche here, the number 51 Murph, as he comes up to the final corner here at Mount Panorama. He what kind of time is he going to set here, and can he go 2.86 quicker? Oh, he's gone quicker, but unfortunately still not enough to knock Wilco off of pole position. Have a look at that. It's currently Wilco with 2 minutes 0.561, and then Mighty Murph 0.117, just a tick over 1/10 of a second behind you, Wilco, as you come out for another run.
I accidentally was doing those 2 laps on the slow fuel map, so I'm like, why am I losing 3-4 tenths on the straights? What's going on? And then I realized, which is the slow map. Oh, Dana's catching up behind me. Which is the slow map. So unfortunately, that second run there was nothing.
There we go. So 5 minutes remaining. We'll leave you to it, Wilco. So we could have a spicy little battle on our hands, but the important thing, I guess, is 11 people now. These numbers are huge, as Voodoo says have absolutely no idea what that was. He may be referring to an incident that he encountered there, I'm assuming. Let us know, Voodoo, on the chat. But 11 people watching the stream Thursday night and it's only a practice round. That's how good we are travelling here. Don't forget to subscribe to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel for KRL, a brand new season kicking off in the not too distant future. Oh goodness me, we've got a dozen of them now, Wilco. You don't have to answer if you're on a hot lap, but that is absolutely magnificent as we're watching.
Everyone.
Welcome everybody. 12. Can we get to the baker's dozen? I think the record's 13. Can we get to 13? Tell your friends, tell your family. If you don't mind sharing that link onto your social media pages with thanks to our corporate partners, that would be absolutely magnificent. And we take a look there, Wilco and Mighty Murph 1 and 2. And then it's Binger, the winner from last night in P3. Bob Hoskins in P4. Notice for Blue in the pit lane as righty. Just whacks in a pretty handy time there. 8 tenths slower than you, Wilco, but 2 minutes 01.3. And he's completed 5 laps so far in this session, so not too bad within a second of Wilco. And wow, Mighty Murph with the quickest times in sectors 2 and 3, but Wilco getting the job done, if you don't mind, in sector 1. So righty slots his car, the pink Porsche, up into P3, if you don't mind. The number 4 in P3, Barter's there, not too bad as well, with a time a second and a bit off of pole position. Then Binger coming into the pits, Bob Hoskins, the man from Perth. And don't we love that name, Bob Hoskins, 1975. It just sounds Aussie, but of course, the man from Perth. English background though, nothing wrong with that, as the boss 290 in P8. Haven't called his name too much tonight, but here is the man that we all want to see. The man himself, Voodoo. Been elevated to legend status in the KRL family. Due to his excellent work with the graphics and points tables, which you'll be seeing a little bit later on when we get underway in the season proper. But great stuff, Voodoo, the Nigerian prince, 2.7 seconds off of pole position, which is currently being held by Jason Wilkinson, the man from Carrum Downs. Unless anybody can, the Kiwi from Auckland, knock him off as Voodoo. Oh, not for the first time this week, having a moment over the top of the mountain. But he's managed to keep it all facing in the right direction, thankfully. And he might be able to come around for another run. Yes, he will. As Rose Racing getting out of the way there. But Cart Dude outside of the top 10. And
yeah, he's done no laps in practice, so we'll give him a break for tonight. He hasn't done any laps.
Well, he's further outside the top 10 now. He's currently in P12, so the Taswegian is well and truly off of the sharp end of the grid, isn't he? 3.2 seconds, V8 man, 3.6 seconds further back. Then it's Rose Racing in the Ferrari, one of 2 Ferraris, I beg your pardon, in the field, along with the Nigerian prince, of course, in Voodoo. But we might check out the replay cameras here just to get comfortable for the race. And you can see there a bit of traffic there. Jimbo and Rose Racing and Mighty Murph as Binger. You can see him in the background coming around to start another qualifying lap. And we're just flicking through the replay cameras now. We might go back live here. And you can see Wilco also possibly on another hot lap as V8 Man. That is not what you need. We saw V8 Man there having a moment off to the side of the circuit. But that hasn't put our man Wilco off, who's got the entire community, all the people of Carrum Downs are behind this man, along with another man, Big Al, who's currently experiencing a loss of power at the moment, but let's hope he's got his phone charged. He's got the Christmas lights on, he's got the generator on, the Bathurst generator, if you don't mind, as we watch Wilco now coming up the top of the hill, now back down again. With just a tick over a minute remaining in this session, can we see a 1:59? He was talking it up during the course of the week, but can he deliver? That is the big question. He needs to find over half a second if he is going to get under the 2-minute mark, that magical 2-minute mark now as he comes onto Conrod Straight.
Mucked up to that elbow then. And big loss of the old rear grip there, so I was 5 tenths up, now I'm 2 tenths, so there's time to find, like last week, can I do it?
Can he do it? And we don't like throwing down to him during these sort of moments, because we saw what happened last week, but he is cool under pressure. And you can see cool as a cucumber with 20 seconds to go in this session. So we are less than just seconds remaining, I should say, in this second session tonight. Oh, no. Well, you found half a second, Wilco, but you just needed to find another few thousandths of a second. Wowee.
Yeah, that moment at the elbows cost me, like I said, 2 or 3 tenths there, so here we go. If I can nail this lap here, this is the one. I want this 159, Trev. I want it bad.
All right. We'll get back to you. He was talking it up, like we've said, throughout the course of the week. Leading into tonight, it was the marker that he set himself, setting very high standards for himself, as Big Dick Johnson has just thrown himself up into P3 as bit of a moment there at the top of the hill with Bob Hoskins. Big Dick and Bob Hoskins there. Big and Bob.
Nothing at time.
Going at it at the moment, righty in the pit lane, currently sitting on the second row of the grid, along with that man Bob Hoskins as well. Barter's off the side of the circuit there, letting Cart Dude by. What can Binger do? Last night's race winner for Tier 2. Currently in P7. Can he go quicker? No, I think he has. Very slightly, but still not enough to get into the top 6 as he goes off the circuit. Notice for Blue is 2 seconds off down there in P8. The boss in P9. What can he do from there? V8 man rounding out your top 10 before we see the Nigerian Prince, who is down to P12 as Cart Dude slots in to the top 10 as well. P9, so we can see there it's Wilco, and that is all she wrote, I reckon. As you can, and Jono, yes, he's gone even quicker as well, Wilco. A 1, no, there's no 1 before that. Big Dick Johnson, 2.6, 2 minutes and 6. Which is very handy for someone who he was waiting in the pits, wasn't he, a long time before he started qualifying.
Yeah, you had to go pick up the old misso. Yeah, but I noticed as I was going up Mountain Straight then that it was only a minute 30 left, and I had about a minute 45-ish to do the lap. So the time would have run out. So I'm like, I don't want to do what could have been. So we'll quickly pull off the side and take pole position.
There we go. So let's just quickly recap. As Kane, hi Kane, says, I wonder what turn 1 is going to be like. I think we all do, with 15 drivers heading into turn 1. It's Wilco on pole position from Carrum Downs in Victoria. 1 for the Victorians during this lockdown that we are facing. Then it's Mighty Murph, 4 tenths further back in P2. And then it is Big Dick Johnson and Righty in the pink Porsche in P4. Good luck, everyone. Thank you, Voodoo, down there in P13. In fact, like I said, Righty in P4, Bob Hoskins in P5, the man for any occasion. P6 is Barters, Binger in P7, Notice for Blue in P8. And then it's Cart Dude, the man with no practice from Tasmania. And Notice for Blue as well. 8, Cart Dude 9th, the boss in 10th, V8 man in P11, ahead of Nigerian Prince in P12. Send your bank account details. No, we won't mention emails, but Jimbo Jones down there in P13 as well. The man who finished on the podium last night. He's got a bit of work to do if he's going to get on the podium again tonight. Rose Racing in 14, Nobby Nuts in 15th. And Mighty Merv says, Jason to Division 0. I think he's just taking the piss a little bit there, as Mighty Merv just up and about in the comments. And Wilco's saying, oh, how about we don't bun this week, hey? Good luck. And the kissy emoji as well. Just a tick over a minute until the action here at Bathurst.
Dry race too, which is good.
It's going to be a dry race, as, boy, these comments are flooding in. Willow to get stuck in the sand trap again. Well, or does he mean Wilco?
Oh, yeah.
Wilco, I'm thinking, who's Willow? But anyway.
Just don't take me out, okay? We'll be laughing. We'll be sweet.
Take me out. Okay, so less than 30 seconds remaining. We are going to ride on board with this man in the chrome Porsche, number 19, on the 19th of September, 1995. This man was born. But anyway, that's the story for another day, because Mighty Murph is alongside him in P2. Just 10 seconds remaining until we are green, 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 which means go, go, go for this race tonight. Here we go. We are ready. And what's happened?
I missed the start.
Something's happening here on my stream as well.
Oh, you might have pressed drive. Just press pause, return to pits.
Okay, 1 second. It's giving me.
Okay, it's blocked out. That's right. It'll come in a sec. Don't quit. Just stay like that. It'll be right.
All right, no worries. Well, while you're watching, my Porsche in the pit lane, there's a race going on. I can hear something happening, Wilco. But we do apologise for this. We are green and we are racing, but we can't see. We can see there over the wall on the right-hand side, but the controls are locked. 20 seconds. Don't worry, people. We can get a replay of this. Should
be able to pause now.
Yep, here we go. We can pause, return to garage, and there we go. Yeah. We are underway. Better late than never, that's for sure. And Mighty Murph and Wilco, look at this, straight into the action. They're side by side. Wilco on the inside. Murph says, how about I try the outside for size? And Big Dick Johnson, while Murph was doing all that, Big Dick Johnson is up into P2. And Sophie says, yes, go Voodoo, on to the Voodoo train. And
Did Alan and I touch?
All aboard. And what was that, Wilco? Team Radio?
Did Alan and I touch them? Because it was close.
It looked very, very close, that's for sure. As good luck everyone, says Kilroy. But look at this, it's this man leading the race. It is Wilco in P1, under a bit of pressure now from Big Dick Johnson. And I'm not quite sure, we'll have to check the replay. But I think everybody got away reasonably well. I don't think there were too many incidents off the line. At least I couldn't see anything over the pit wall after the lights went green. But Wilco, P1, Big Dick Johnson. Where has this man come from? Has he been foxing with his pace leading into tonight? Then it's Mighty Murph. Oh, gee whiz. Down in P3A. And then Righty in P4. Bob Hoskins in P5. Barters 81. Rounding out your top 6. And then it's the boss and Notice for Blue. And he has Cart Dude for company. Look at this Cart Dude on lap 1 of this race. Will he make a move? He's looking to go down the inside. Ops against it. And that is, we're going to get back to that a little bit later. But Voodoo, the Nigerian Prince. And Notice for Blue's run slightly wide out of that corner there. And that will give Cart Dude an opportunity to attack. And he's gone through up into P9. And now Voodoo wants a piece of the action, but Notice for Blue cuts him off and says, you're not getting through there, son. And Jimbo also, look how close this battle is in the midfield. And with the drivers lower down the order, but Nobby Doldrum's in 14th. And what happened to Binger?
He missed the start.
He missed the start, of course. So did I.
He started from the pits.
Yeah, I know how he feels. But Wilco then in P1, 0.6 of a second ahead of Big Dick Johnson. It looks mighty close. It looks less than 0.6 of a second now, as we have optimum track conditions. Wind, no real wind to speak of, but 42 minutes left in this race. Lap 1 done and dusted. It's Wilco and Big Dick Johnson doing battle at the front. Don't forget about Murph in P3. And then it's Righty in P4, who looked to have a slight moment there, scuffing some of that pink paint off the Porsche at the top of the mountain. Bob Hoskins there, now a second further back off of Righty. Then Barters, the boss, Cart Dude up to 8. What a hectic start, Wilco.
Yeah, pretty hectic. Thanks for throwing to me during the differ.
That's all right. We'll leave you there.
We're looking good.
Awesome stuff. We know what happened last week. Sorry to do that. I needed a slight sip of water for the vocal cords. And that was the get out of jail card. We won't do any knock jokes. Says, Big Dick Johnson drive-through penalty. Wowee. This track limit. So Big Dick Johnson has a drive-through penalty for not being a bit of a naughty boy when it comes to track limits. I'm not sure where that happened, but we might have a look at the replay.
I know there's a glitch. If you get really close to the wall on the X of the elbow, it will give you a track limit warning. So maybe have a look at that on this lap 2 and see maybe that was what's... that's fucking disappointing. What the fuck?
Not sure
I don't know where else you can't really cut the track, can you?
No, otherwise you end up either facing the wrong way or in the wall. But as we take a look now at the start, head down Wilco, focus on the job at hand, because let's have a look at the start, as it was Wilco getting a fairly good getaway, but Murph was keeping him honest there alongside him, as you can see coming through turn 1.
There was contact up Mountain Straight with me and Murph. Let's have a look at that. On the straight.
We're going to stick with this. Everyone getting through turn 1 cleanly. But look at this, and there was a slight bit of contact there between yourself and Mighty Murph. And we can see they're coming onto the first lap. Then Big Dick Johnson swooping through, taking his opportunity there. You can see him going through up ahead of Mighty Murph. Wilco, God, that's a great camera angle heading up the top of the mountain there, Wilco. That is promo material. But as we take a look now from the helicopter cam, you can see Wilco off into the distance ahead of Big Dick Johnson there. P2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 all on your screen together as we go through the order. Righty it was, getting a decent start there too. And Bob Hoskins as well on your screen, 1975. And then going through the order, P6 Barters, the boss. Notice for Blue, Cart Dude, Voodoo and Jimbo there. Getting the back end of that Porsche car out, but no harm done as they all stream up the mountain and down again for the first time. And absolutely magnificent racing. The beautiful gold and black livery of the Nigerian Prince from Dubai, who's got his fan club here tonight with Sophie Norris, who's said yes, good Voodoo. And that's right, Voodoo Child, the man himself. Jimbo there flying through your picture, but we're going to stick with this replay unless there's some on-track action. No, we're going to go back to the on-track action, and Big Dick Johnson is all over our man Wilco, as there is a drive through. Yeah, it's the same, number 66. It is the number 66 Bentley of Big Dick Johnson, who has to have a drive-through. I'm not sure whether he's going to take that in a certain amount of laps. I'm assuming he does.
That's what it keeps popping up. It'll keep saying, pit this lap, pit this lap, pit that. So I might even let him go here, I reckon, if he has a dive.
Ooh, will Wilco let him go? And no, he won't. So much for that,
trying to.
because it's just going. He's a real racer, this man. Our man Wilco, not letting go. The natural temptation, of course, is to fight those battles. As don't forget about Murph there too, Wilco. He's right up behind you. But I've got to say, here we go, first, second and third. I guess the only problem now, Wilco, is Big Dick Johnson going to hold you up there at the top of the mountain?
Well, he has to hit this lap, otherwise he gets destroyed. He's hit the wall.
Well, there we have it.
Hit the wall hard then, so that's going to be damage. Oh, it's giving me understeer too.
Oh, Murph! Murph says, oh, you left your gap open, and if you no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a Kiwi, are you? And there we go, Mighty Murph. Great advice from Mighty Murph there, who is in P3, all over the back of our man from Carrum Downs, Jason Wilkinson. And boy, oh boy, Big Dick Johnson is up in the lead, but not for long, because he'll have a drive-through penalty, which he won't be too happy about whatsoever. And that will put him well down the field, the worst possible place. I'm not quite sure where he's cut the track. Like we said before, there's not too many places you can really cut the circuit without it ending very badly for you. But Big Dick Johnson now currently in P1. Wilco's off. Wilco
he scared me, and he did well, Alan.
Oh,
I thought he was going for a move. He scared the shit out of me, and now he's taking the lead. He's
now it is on. Stop everything, because the only Kiwi in the lineup tonight is leading this race. That's right, Mighty Murph 51. The man from Invercargill. And Wilco.
I've done the same.
running awfully wide. Focus on what you got to do, Wilco. And geez, Righty's not too far behind there either in the pink Porsche, but Bob Hoskins 5th, Barter's still in 6th, Cart Dude 2 seconds off of him. Drive through cleared now for Big Dick Johnson, and he's come out, where has he come out? He's come out well down the field. Jimbo in the pits as well. This must be a scheduled pit stop. Mandatory pit stops tonight, of course, in this race. It's not a drive-through. He's coming in to the pits, but it's Mighty Murph ahead of our man Wilco in second. Righty now has been elevated up to P3, and we are on lap 4 of this race, expecting 20 or so, maybe a few more, 20 odd laps.
23. 22 around there.
22, 23 laps tonight.
Alan
Thank you.
Scrape the wall.
Oh, Alan, why are you scraping the wall for, Alan? That is not what he needs at the moment. You can visually see the damage on the back of that Porsche, the number 51 Porsche, the Greg Murphy fan. And, well, oh boy, is that going to affect the handling of that car? That is the question, because this man, Wilco, is in a very shiny-looking brand new Porsche, the number 19 car, with not much damage at all. And is Wilco going to have a go here? It is 1v2 down Conrod Straight, lap 4 of this race. KRL action at its very best. Wilco, Murph scared him off last time. Can Wilco do the same this time? The hunted has become the hunter. You know what I'm trying to say here. As we come up to the final corner now, it's Murph. It's much easier to chase than to lead, is the old saying in motorsport here. Through the final corner now, Mighty Murph looked to have a bit of a moment there, but he's kept it all together. And he comes across the line, that gap just 0.3 of a second. Lap 5 of this race. They're getting very, very close. As we're going to take a look at this other battle here, the battle for the final podium position between Righty and Bob Hoskins, the Englishman from Perth. And yes, he is in P4, but how long for? As he's coming up now to Righty. This is a very spicy little battle developing here between Righty and Bob Hoskins. He's not going to go through, but Righty just needs to keep that car in the right positioning on the circuit, and that should stop Bob from getting through. Barter's up to 5th now, of course, so drivers being elevated since the penalty for Big Dick Johnson. We'll get back to that battle at the front in a moment, but it's the boss in P7, Voodoo in P8, the Nigerian Prince, and then it's Binger in P9. V8 man, look at this. The battle for the final points paying position between Binger and V8 man, and it's Binger who's won out on this occasion because he is up in P9. That's right, the comments are coming through, and Kane says just take him out, Wilco. Not sure whether we can do that, although we've someone off to the side there, Righty. And Righty has stopped at the top of the mountain, and he's got severe damage to the back of that Porsche. We might get a replay, but he's had a moment there, and is he just waiting for everyone to go by, or what's going on? Righty, the man who was in P3, I reckon he's out of this race. He's got damage, and he's stuck at the top of the hill.
Yeah, I tapped them all as well, so it's very easy to make a little mistake. Got 4 seconds of damage, so that's not ideal, but the car's still in one piece. I clipped it turning into Skyline, so that's 7 News corner, which is very, very fucking fast. Very fast. Yeah, I just seen a little bit too early, smacked the inside wall, or gave it a kiss. Quickly had to cut it, I was definitely going to spin, and yeah, we're got a little bit of damage, but as I said, still going, so we're all good.
There we go. It's not over until the fat lady sings, because Mighty Murph out there in front, he might think he is home and hosed. That gap, 1.7 seconds. We're not quite home and hosed yet, but you cannot be complacent, not just in the esports stuff, the real racing as well. You cannot be complacent, because we know Wilco, he likes to fight, and come back into this race. Bob Hoskins now is up into P3, ahead of Barters in P4. Then it's Cart Dude in P5, the Taswegian, doing very nicely for a man with no practice, that's for sure, as the boss now is in P6. Voodoo Child not too far behind him in P7. Binger in P8, V8 man P9. We saw that move. We saw the end of that move, I should say, getting done. And Big Dick Johnson, the man who was leading this race, now catching his old mate Dane from Brisbane in Queensland. The two Queenslanders going at it here, hammer and tongs in a moment. We'll stick with this battle, but look how quickly Big Dick Johnson is closing on V8 man 51, and he will be out for revenge, that's for sure, after that drive-through penalty. He is going to have a point to prove, and he'll be looking to get on the comeback trail. Notice for blue then, as we take a look at the drivers lower down the order. Nobby Doldrums in 12th. And then it's LJR Rose racing in the Ferrari in 13th. Jimbo, the man who got on the podium last night, it just shows you the difference between Tier 1 and Tier 2, because he's down in 14th, albeit he has made a stop, and Ridey is out of this race. We might see if we can get a replay of Ridey and what happened to him, as where is Ridey now? Let's go
number
through.
4, I think he is.
Number 4. Let's have a look. Ridey. I'm not seeing Ridey. Maybe he's gone off our screen, but
No,
there we have it.
There. Yeah, definitely number 4.
Okay. Okay, let's have another look at this. We're going through. There's Binger. There's Big Dick Johnson, Nobby Doldrums, LJR Rose Racing. And the cameras, Jimbo coming over the top of the hill there. And I can see Ridey on the replay camera, but it's just capturing what happened to Ridey. Oh, there we go. I think we got the end of it there. Ridey, and look at that. Unbelievable. We can see on what's happening on the screen now. Ridey there, just getting it all wrong at the top of the mountain. And that is what happened to him. So he is out of this race. You can see there, Ridey, and once you get it wrong at the top of the hill, it just went from bad to worse for him. And there you can see it once again getting all out of shape. And look at that. There is no coming back from that as we go back to the live action. Wilco is closing on Mighty Murph. We'll go down to you in a tick, Wilco. But look at that gap. It was 1.7 seconds. And now it's down to less than a second as we come back onto Conrod Straight. What's the plan, Wilco? What's the strategy here? Do we just bide our time, or do we throw it down the inside and send it and have a go?
Well, I need Simba to learn how to turn the fan on, because I'm starting to sweat here because I'm friggin' boiling. But yeah, it's just trying to catch up to him. We're probably going to be the same speed on the straights now, so it's going to make it hard to pass. So just try and set up his clacker and try and see if he can have a bit of a moment, or wait for a pit stop if I feel like I'm getting held up, which I'm not at the moment. But which looks like he's having a pit. No, he's not. Playing games. But yeah, try and go for the undercut and hope to get out in front of me. Hopefully he's got 4 seconds damage too, and we should be dead even.
There we go. It would even things up quite nicely. It is New Zealand versus Australia at the moment. The cross Trans-Tasman rivalry between Mighty Murph and Wilco. And I've got to say, Murph talks a big game on the party chat, and he was requesting stream time, and he is getting all the stream time in the world here as he is battling our man Wilco, currently in P2. For how much longer, we are not sure, but there is 28 minutes remaining in this race as my dog stares at me lovingly. I'm not too sure what she's after, but she shouldn't even be in the bloody commentary box. But you shouldn't be too hungry. I think I fed you tonight. But there we go, P1 and P2, 1v2 on your screen. And coming up over the top of the mountain once again on lap 8 here. It is getting closer and closer as Bathurst comes into the pit lane, so that will drop him down the order. But I've got to say that this could be one very sweaty Kiwi. And get Simba to turn that fan on, because Wilco is very, very close. This is close as we can see the sun coming up here at the famous Mount Panorama circuit. No rain here today, or tonight I should say, for this race. And this is looking like it's going to be one hell of a battle. Murph playing games, but he doesn't want to play too many.
I think you're looking behind and you almost drove off the track, so you quickly pull that left hand down. But here we go. Catch and send it. No.
Oh, basically he just wanted to fully send it, and Ridey has checked in. We're doing a welfare check on our man Ridey, who says, I have no idea how I didn't hit anyone when I went off at the grate. And we don't know either, Ridey, because it looked, all we saw was a flash of the pink Porsche just flashing through the replay screen. And it was an absolute miracle that you didn't take somebody else out with you there, as Murph is off the circuit, and this could be the chance. This is the opportunity. Oh, a little bit of a Max Verstappen move across there, but he leaves Wilco space. All the time you need to leave the space. Thank you, Fernando, but Wilco is in the lead now, but Murph is not giving up. Look at this. He's going to keep his foot in it, and he has let Wilco back through. But
got to be careful of the outside there because there's marbles there. That was sketchy.
You got to be very, very careful on the outside because it doesn't take too much. It just puts you off your line, and that's when a driver of Wilco's ilk can seize the moment and go through up into the lead of this race. Lap 9 now. It is Wilco ahead of Mighty Murph. Bob Hoskins 5 seconds further back, waiting to pounce
sunrise
if something's going wrong. And the sun now coming up, which will be getting into the driver's eyes at the moment, and that is going to make things a lot more difficult. Current temperatures of between 2 and 6 degrees, and that is a nice looking shot there. That'd make a great thumbnail with the sun coming over the top of the hill there and the 7 News logo in the background. How good is it? And how good is it to be a part of KRL Social Thursdays? And Aussie Thunder says, unlucky righty. Very unlucky indeed. But thank you, Aussie Thunder, for your comments. Keep your comments coming in. We would love to hear from you as part of the KRL family now. As riding on board with Cartdude is, well, he's kind of in, I was about to say he's in no man's land, but he's got the boss 4.6 seconds behind him. Cartdude is 5.8 seconds behind Bob Hoskins. Not bad for no practice, up in P4. And, well, Mighty Murph, look, side by side, and coming across the line now into lap 10, and it's Mighty Murph who takes the lead back, but for how long? Because Wilco is back down the inside and retakes P1. P1, head down, Wilco, head down, and look at this, Mighty Murph right up his ginger, and looking to get a little bit of a toe then coming up to the start of the climb up the mountain again. They're side by side, nothing in it. Hackett and Thorpe and Hackett, stroke for stroke. Oh, delicious stuff. How good is this racing here tonight at Bathurst? Unbelievable stuff. Who is going to be the king of the mountain tonight? As Cola Commando says, what? This is unbelievable racing. Nowhere else you want to be apart from watching this stream and listening to my voice and watching this action. 10 laps of the race gone. It's Porsche v Porsche 1 and 2. Oh, Murph, what are you doing, son? Just grazing the car along that right-hand side wall there. And Bob Hoskins, don't forget about Bobby Boy and Bullseye Bobby, then just less than 5 seconds behind this lead battle as Murph drops back a little bit. I think this is the closest battle on track. No, shut up, kid buyers, because it's Binger in P6 versus P5, I beg your pardon, versus Voodoo, who is in P6 as the Nigerian Prince from Dubai, hashtag Nigerian Prince, up in P6. Very, very close to Binger, our race winner from last night. Say hi to the kids, Binger, but you probably won't have time at the moment because you are in the midst of that battle as we watch Wilco coming down Conrod Straight for another lap. And you can see there 5 drivers have made their pit stops, which means that the other 9 have not. And don't worry about me at the bottom of the timing sheets there. I am not in this race. So 14 drivers started, and Wilco, oh no, Wilco just having a little bit of a moment. But Mighty Murph is
looking at Murph hitting.
And don't look back, look forward there, Wilco, because eyes forward, head down, as half the race is gone and half still to go. Thank you for that, Murray Walker. And yeah, that came in handy doing the Murray Walker voice. The Commentate the Stars competition. We'll get that VIP pass someday, Wilco, but you need to focus on winning this race. As Mighty Murph now, the big question for Mighty Murph 51, the Kiwi, a big Kia runner to all of our New Zealand viewers. Where is he going to come out in the scheme of things as Cartdude's gone through? Bob Hoskins in the pits, and they're all lining up at the moment. Binger and Bob. Bob and Binger, sounds like a TV show. They are both in the pit lane there. Voodoo as well has gone through. Binger, like we said, in the pits. Nobby Nuts. So there's a bit of a run on in the pit lane. Wilco, is that strategic or what's going on there?
I think it's probably the leader.
Well, there we go.
I don't know. I'm pitting this lap though, and these tyres are getting shot.
And Team Radio, these tyres are gone, man. Come on, Bono, bring me in, man. Come on, man, bring me in. But Cartdude up into P2, and then it's Wilco still leading this race, but you heard it first. Wilco reporting live And wowee, Mighty Murph. I had to approve that comment, Mighty Murph, which did have some swearing in it. He says, oh, it's after 9 o'clock Eastern time. We can do this. He says, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got damage, eh? I'm pretty loaded with that. But Wilco has damage as well, Murph. So there you have it. So it's pretty much even Stevens, but Mighty Murph back out onto the track now. Wilco in fourth as Wilco gets ready to come into the pits. And Mighty Murph, Cola Commander says, Bob and Binger, the Pinger Singer, new take on Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men and Little Weed. Great stuff. Thank you, Cola Commando 13. Hope you've subscribed to the channel. In fact, I know you would have, because you are a top bloke. As Wilco, you're in the pits.
Yeah, and I'm cooking, Frankie. It's cooking, Frankie. I am absolutely hot. So I've got 34-second stop here. I'm going to change damage because I want the car to be fast towards the end. So let's see where we go.
Let's go, Wilco. Let's go. As he's going to turn the fan on, you've got 34 seconds to do it as the car goes back down. While we're watching that,
yeah, well, I don't know why it went up and down, whatever. Up and down.
Cart Dude into the lead, I'm guessing. Yes, Voodoo then coming into the pits as well, going straight past Wilco. Geez, a pit crew would make it a bit more interesting, wouldn't it, these pit stops? But Barters...
Oh, I've got one on my screen.
Oh, you do? We just don't have one. So there we go. Our viewers at home cannot see the pit crew, but Cart Dude, the man from Tasmania, as I'm hearing all sorts of funny noises.
Where's Ellen?
Oh, where's Ellen? Where's Ellen come out? Oh, for sake, yeah. Ellen's in P6 behind Bob Hoskins. And
I'm coming out now.
Oh, I'll watch the track and you watch the pit lane. The great quote from the great man Murray Walker, and Wilco is out. He is out, and your boy, gee whiz, you're well ahead of Mighty Murph, who's going to be pretty pissed off, eh?
Oh, Bob's actually jumped him, so Bob's in front, so he must have had a lot of damage, Al.
Well, Big Al, Big Al? No, we can't. Anyway, Al's got some damage, he had some damage, and he's got it fixed. And V for Voodoo saying, holy Jesus, almost went head on into Rose Racing at the start of the mountain. So Voodoo going through some challenging times there. But let's just recap for a second. With 18 minutes to go, we're over halfway in this 45-minute race. It's a much longer race than Tier 2, of course, being half an hour. But Cart Dude, the Taswegian, is he going to come into the pits? Or is he going to leave it a little bit longer? No, Cart Dude now in the pits. So the Taswegian, the man from Launceston. Public holidays down there if he wins the race tonight. But he is in the pits, and Wilco, I reckon you're going to get him here. I think you're on your way down the mountain. She'll be coming down the mountain. And Barters has not made... Yes, he has made a pit stop, so everyone apart...
He's jumped up everyone.
From Cart Dude, and Barters up into P3, Wilco.
Yeah, that's pretty good from him. He's been pretty quick through practice, but yeah, so Alan's been jumped twice. I'm 5 seconds ahead of Barters, so... Maybe try out a different camera, and you can see what I'm seeing at the moment with this sunrise is go back onto your car, change camera to like dash cam, and then go on board with a couple of the boys for a couple of laps and see how the sun is quite in your eyes, Trev.
Well, let's have a look at that. We're just flicking through the cameras. Let's take a look at the nice dash cam here. We're going to see what the boys are seeing. And we're riding on board. We'll get that HUD happening now.
I'm in ride on board live. So just go quick drive on your screen. It's going to be confusing. Quick drive on your screen, change your camera, and then go back to return to garage. And then you'll be able to. Then whenever you go to spectate live, it'll be whatever camera you've got selected.
There we go. So I'm coming out into this race now.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go.
Just change the camera.
I might just here we go. I'm coming out onto the circuit now, and what's happening now? I need a track map or something. I'm out onto the circuit. So with 28 minutes gone, better late than never. This is something different for the stream, isn't it? But we might just go with this camera, and I might just try and... Oh, I can't return to the garage now.
You have to come to a stop.
I've got to come to a stop, so I might just stop off to the side here out of everyone's way. And there we go, someone, Big Dick Johnson going through. And I'm going to return to the garage. Yep, confirm. And now we're going to ride on board with Wilco. And look at that, spot on. I knew I did that for a reason. Up into the sun, up into the top of the mountain there. You can see the sun blaring down on the cockpit there. Absolute madness. Cola Commando says you can't mention Al. All the alphabet people would get onto you. Would have got on you. There we go, great save. And it's all about great saves tonight, Cola, who says, LOL, this is absolute madness. Magnificent stuff. 12 people watching this craziness. And the glare
from... This is the view I see at the moment. So you can see the lap time, the gear, all that shit is in my face and very off-putting, but I love it.
Absolutely magnificent. So we're going to stay with the dash cam. And we're looking at the camera, which doesn't show the wheel, Wilco.
That's right, that's fine. That's what I have.
Yep.
I reckon that's a better one.
Nice one. You don't need to see the wheel twice, do you? But Cola Commander saying glare from the skyline is looking very nasty indeed with 15 minutes.
A couple laps ago, it was that real bright orange sun. Now it's raising and it's going a bit above the above skyline now, so it's all right. But yeah, that was it's pretty good.
So you can see there, look at, this is what our man Wilco, our race leader, is seeing now. 5th gear up into 6th, heading to, off to start another lap now. Here we go, up to 250 kilometres per hour. And you can see there all the information these drivers have to take in throughout the course of a race. We'll take a look at Bathurst now in the Bentley, is it, or is it the Aston Martin? No, the Aston Martin, I think. Yep, the Aston Martin. And a bit of a different view. You can see the rear view mirror there. Some of these cars, different interiors, Wilco, of course. You can see what's happening behind you there as well. Bob Hoskins, who's in the Porsche as well. Similar looking dash. And look at this battle. Mighty Murph and Bob Hoskins. We might stick with this for a little bit because your man, Mighty Murph, the man who was challenging you at the start of the race, Wilco, he's got a whole lot of Bob Hoskins to deal with at the moment. And Bob, a very handy peddler, the man from Perth, the Englishman. So this is like the World Cup final from last year. It's England versus New Zealand instead of Australia versus New Zealand. But this is not exactly.
Don't let the ball with the helmet.
There we go. I've got to tell you, this is not good for Murph's race, considering he was battling you, Wilco. He is a long way down, and Bob Hoskins not easy to pass.
Yeah, it's very hard to pass in these Porsche because they're a lot slower on the straights. So he's just gonna have to hope to well, who knows what setup Bob's running too. So myself and Murph are running the same setup, which is 10 or a 9 rear wing. So it depends if Bob's running lower. If he is, then there's no chance of Murph passing, but that could come back to him at the top of the mountain where he'd be able to carry a lot more speed. So pay close attention to that one.
Well, you need to pay close attention to what you're doing. We'll leave you.
And get bogged again.
We'll leave it there. Wilco, our race leader, reporting live, of course, like we've been saying throughout the course of the evening. And well, as soon as I said about how difficult Bob Hoskins would be to pass, Mighty Murph has got past him now, and he's on his merry way. So a bit of a reverse commentator's curse there. Mighty Murph off up into P3. You've given me the same disease, Wilco. I can't talk. But anyway, I've caught it. But Mighty Murph there, P3. And he is off on his merry way. Bathurst, where has he come from in this race? Boy, oh boy, the man in the Aston Martin there up in P2. I can't quite remember where this man started the race. But anyway, that doesn't matter because he is up in P2 at the moment, I beg your pardon. But Mighty Murph is on a charge. And with 12 seconds left, Wilco, it is still up for grabs here. You are in the box seat, but I've got to say, with a dozen minutes left, Mighty Murph is on a real charge here, coming across the top of the mountain. You can see the sun now. It's well and truly up now, and you can see track temperature, optimum, or the track condition, I should say, wind 6 kilometres an hour. But look at this, look at the view we get from the drivers here. And look at what they have to face on what is one of the most challenging circuits on the racing calendar. But only 11 minutes left, 15 laps of this race to go. I'm too scared to change the camera again, Wilco.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You keep this one. All you need to do is hit drive, You don't have to drive out of track. You just hit change camera, whatever your change camera button is, and then go back to return to garage.
Okay, there we have
drive, return to garage, like drive, change camera, return to garage, and then go back to drive. Yeah, so you only take a couple of clicks and you should be right.
There we go. We've tried the onboard view, and we'll go back to what we know. Return to garage. There we go. We're not going to leave it this time. But there he is, Wilco, lap 16 now. And that
Rose
looks
in front of me.
like to be, yep, I was about to say Rose Racing in the Ferrari a little bit further ahead of you there. So coming into some traffic, Murph is going to run down Barter by the looks of it. And I've got to say I'm with you, Cola Commando. Do we know who Cola Commando is?
I'm not sure. Is he one of the boys, one of the Tier 2 boys, or give us know? Are you involved in the KRL League, or if not, welcome.
Welcome to you. Do you want to be involved in the KRL League?
Yeah, do you want to be?
we would absolutely love to have you. You don't have to leave your name, or you don't have to leave your address or anything, but just let us know. Give us something, Cola Commando. Give us your bank account details and send them to Nigerian Prince 45@hotmail.com. And he says, not ACC, bro. I'm a GT Sport fan. Welcome to you. It's great to have you.
Get out the way, please.
It's great to have you with us, and Wilco now. Blue flag. Honestly, what are we doing? Well, the marshals are waving blue flags. In fact, that's all they do is wave.
Actually, I'm doing it properly now.
Well, they knew this moment would come, and they are actually waving the blue flags. And Rose Racing, well, now's the time, Rose Racing.
Flashing all my lights at him.
Just moving out of the way. There we go. Come on, Voodoo, says Sophie Norris. And hello, Sophie. Great to have you with us. Voodoo, your man is down in P9. We'll give him some airtime in a tick, but Rose Racing now P1 and Wilco in P2. Can't do the bank account details. Pretty close, fucking.
You got out of the way, but you made it hard.
He was making it very difficult for you there. And well, I know he can't evaporate, Wilco, but still he could have done it. Could have done it down Conrod Straight. You would have thought. But that would have been.
Barters are pretty close.
Look at this. Mighty Murph and Barters are side by side, and Murph says, get out of the way because I'm coming through. And look at this. Barters just with a nose in front, but Mighty Murph is going to take him here on the inside. Look at this. They're side by side. There is nothing between them at the moment. And it is literally a drag race between the Aston Martin and the Porsche. And I reckon Barters, is he going to win out? Can he hang it around the outside? They touch, but Mighty Murph gets through and gets the job done. Murph up into P2 now. And there was absolutely nothing between them at all there, Wilco. And Mighty Murph now 6.4 seconds behind you with 8 minutes remaining, just a tick over 8 minutes remaining in this race. As Sophie says, come on, Voodoo. And can't do the bank account detail. We read that comment. He says, how about my mum's maiden name and my first street name? There we go. And please give us all the details you want, and then I will come to your house and beat you. No, we probably can't say that, can we? But absolutely ruined it, says Voodoo, the real Nigerian prince. Will the real Nigerian prince please stand up? And Cola Commander says, very nice. And Mighty Murph has spun. He spin. Round. Oh, he's taken out somebody else. He's taken out Bob Hoskins, I think. And Mighty Murph is off the track, and he's trying to do the old Austin Powers 3-point turn. And look at this. Mighty Murph is back into the pit lane. I reckon he's cracked the shits. And I reckon he's left this race now. And what happened there? Mighty Murph will try and get a replay of that in the not too distant future. But I was about to say, I shouldn't say the only real competition there. But but he's where is he? He's off. I think he's off the chase. He's going home. That's it. He's gone to bed. That's it. He's thrown the dummy out, and he is off. But what happened to Voodoo? Now Voodoo's off the circuit. What is happening there? And Mighty Murph has commented.
Run out of fuel again, has he?
Surely not. 6 minutes. We're 6 minutes out, Wilco. He's well. It's made your job a lot easier at the front there. But Voodoo, who's let us know, Voodoo. Have you run out of fuel? Caleb saying you did awesome so far, Nigerian Prince. from Dubai, but I've got to say, it's not looking too awesome at the moment, but 13, Wilco. 13! 13! Buddy! We've reached 13. The baker's dozen now watching the stream. Holy goodness me, gracious me. It's great to have everybody watching as Voodoo, he's not going anywhere quickly, but Mighty Murph says, oh, gee whiz, what's this? And cheese noodles. There's cheese noodles in this race.
He's joined.
He's joined.
He's joined late.
He's only 17 laps, but he's done what I did, Wilco. He's joined the race half an hour behind.
He's probably going to beat you too.
And he's probably going to. We'll just see about that. If nothing much else happens, but we've got a bit of a battle here. Look at this. Forget about that. Shut up, kid buyers, because notice for Blue, Big Dick Johnson and the boss. They are all together 6th, 7th, and 8th. And notice for Blue is right up behind the boss in the Mercedes there, and Big Dick Johnson, who got that drive-through penalty. He was looking good. One of your two rivals, Wilco, who fell by the wayside earlier in the race with that drive-through penalty. But Big Dick Johnson still up to P5. Not a bad recovery drive from him. But it is the boss and notice for Blue. So that is a spicy little battle which may keep developing with 5 minutes remaining. And Mighty Murph says, oh, fuck this. And Cola Commando says, poor Murph, that was looking like a great chase, mate. And, well, I'm not too sure whether he was going to chase you down, Wilco, but it certainly would have made the final 4.5 minutes more interesting of this one.
Well, I wouldn't want to go any faster than what I'm doing, so you might have been able to catch me. But I'm just trying to keep the car in a nice rhythm and not smack any sausage curves and get bogs. That's all I need to focus on for these last 4.5 minutes.
And here we go, Voodoo, who's crawling along at a snail's pace there. You can see the motel on the right-hand side. He might just be giving someone a... Yes, he's just giving someone a lift there, I think. He's limping into the pit lane, and he may have run out of fuel, or he may have some damage.
Big damage, I'd say.
I reckon it's damage, but I don't reckon Voodoo's going to go too far, much further in this race as Jimbo goes through. But, well, there you go. Bad news, Sophie Norris, who says, come on, Voodoo. Come on, Voodoo, I think I can. Let's give him a push. Everybody, if you're out there, please send your thoughts to this Nigerian prince from Dubai. And it seems that they can't quite get it right over there, Wilco, when it comes to petrol and when it comes to getting to the end of the race. I'm not sure because
I'm not sure where you're going with that one.
Either am I. But we have 3.5 minutes left in this race.
We will take your oil, we will take your petrol.
We will take your petrol. But don't forget about the bank account details, because he is not going to be getting too many bank account details. I think the credit card is expired, and so is Voodoo at the moment. That Ferrari is not going anywhere. I'm not sure whether that's a safe place. Next time you come around, Wilco,
I'm coming right now.
You'll see him off to the
flash.
You'll see him off to the left, and there he is.
For the Ferrari.
There we go. He's still going quicker than Vettel this year, but there we have it. Wilco on his merry way, the number 19, through lap 19 into lap 20. And the 19th of September, a very important date for the people of Carrum Downs. Not just Jason Dunstall's number, but also Wilco's number as well, as Cola Commander. Team Radio?
Brody, I've just noticed Brody's in pits again, so maybe he had damage. Might have to go to replay and have a flick through.
Well, let's have a flick through whilst we've got a couple of minutes left in the race. Jimbo there on your screen, and look at this battle. How good is this battle? Up the hill, Big Dick Johnson, the boss, and Notice for Blue, all going through as Mighty Murph just staying on the track there, ghosting a bit, I think he was, but Notice for Blue, very, very close indeed. This battle, I think, for 5th, 6th, and 7th, I believe. 5th, 6th, and 7th, yes, indeed, with Jimbo a bit further back. But how good is this up the top of the mountain? And, God, I can't wait for him to get that spectator mode all fixed up, Wilco, because these angles are looking very nice. As Ridey off the circuit there as well. I think that might be a slight...
Yeah, don't click on Ridey or Murph, anyone that's left, because it's going to glitch out the cameras, I reckon.
Yep. So we'll just stick with what we know, and stick with the drivers, I should say, we know, who are still on the circuit. But Jimbo There's Nobby all on his own there. Mighty Murph Cheese Noodles, who's been good enough to join us. Better late than never. And then it is myself, and we've lost a couple of drivers, but here he is, Wilco. Where is Voodoo? Voodoo off to the side there. Bathurst in P2. What a fine race from Bathurst. We'll have a chat with him after the race, but, well, possibly driver of the day. It's hard to go past Wilco, of course, who hasn't really put a foot wrong apart from some damage earlier on. But Bob Hoskins in P3 as well. So once again, we'll be getting to talk with Bob Hoskins with that very nice English accent for the man from Perth.
Cheerio.
Cheerio, tally-ho. And yes, bit like Mark Nicholas. Very, very dashing. And Notice for Blue, also a GT Sport driver in the FIAs. Is that the same bloke? Good question.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Notice is a quick guy on GT Sport, and he's come to ACC to test the skills, and he's a pretty quick driver. So, who was that commando who was saying he's the GT Sport driver? Mate, I reckon you need to give this a crack, because it's a quality game. A quality sim, I should say.
It certainly is. Absolutely magnificent game, magnificent commentary, magnificent drivers, if I don't say so myself. Don't forget, 8 p.m. Wednesdays and Thursdays is where it's all happening, and it'll only be getting bigger and better in the coming weeks as we're announcing some huge news about our season. I think we might have already announced it, but it doesn't make it any less big and huge, because it's going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely huge. There we go.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, you're only 8 seconds ahead there, Wilco, so just keep you'll be right. Here we go, get it home. He's generally pretty rapid, says Cole Commander. Smooth operator.
Hey Trev, guess what? It's time to get on the beers. Beers.
Get on the beers. Get on the beers. There we go. Daniel Andrews. Daniel Andrews getting on the beers, and that's what Wilco will be doing tonight. And you can tell that it is almost done here at Bathurst, because as he comes down Conrod Straight for the final time now, this man who's dominated, he dominated in qualifying, and he's dominated in the race as well. He's not quite there yet, but he's almost got the job done, and he takes the win tonight. Nearly, I think I've won this race. We'll come a little bit ahead of you, but through the last corner as the Nigerian Prince. That's for the crowd. That's for the cameras, just saying hello to the Nigerian Prince off to the side of the circuit, because Wilco crosses the line. There we have it. Beers. Get on the beers. And that's what Wilco, gee, that bass just dropped nicely there as he came across the line. But Barter's in P2. Is he your driver of the day? Who is your driver of the day? Vote. Get your votes in now. I've lost the live comments coming through. Oh, hello, I've got them back again. Thank you for that. Window wiper salute, says Voodoo, as Wilco came past at the end of the race. Barter's in P2. Very impressive drive. Probably my driver of the day, I reckon, up there in P2. Bob Hoskins. Oh, yeah, that was a great drive, wasn't it? Absolutely magnificent. I really thought that, Jimmy Anderson deserved 600 wickets. Not bad for a medium pace bowler who's, got 400 of them in England. But there we go. Bing up for number 4. He finished P1 last night, and he's P4 tonight. P4. And Big Dick Johnson, after his drive through penalty, finishes in P5. The Boss in P6. Notice for Blue in P7 as Nobby Nuts Doldrums rounds out your top 8. Top 9 for Jimbo. And Rose Racing in P10. Voodoo 6 laps down. Cart Dude gave up, and so, well, Cheesy Noodles didn't give up. He just turned up 17 laps late. But Wilco, you are our race winner tonight, and you get to, you get to interview yourself in the post-race interviews.
I'll invite these boys in first. But yeah, no, good race. Nice, hot work that was. Luckily, the pressure was off towards those last 10 minutes or so, but unfortunate for Murph. I guess if you're going to crash, at least it's in practice rounds, so he's a quick driver, so I expect to have some good battles with him during the season. As long as all the other boys, you got Big Dog, Bob, Barters, Notice, Cart Dude, yeah, man, they're all going to be very quick. So yeah, we'll see how we go when we get to round 1 in 2 weeks' time.
And you could not have summed it up any better, Wilco, because that is what practice is for. Practice making perfect. As Kilroy, the new boy from Illawarra, says, good win, Wilco. Great to have you with us, Kilroy. Voodoo, Commando.
In round 1 at Tier 2, Kilroy.
And is that official? Is our man Kilroy joining us?
Australians stick together.
That's right. Hashtag we're all in this together. And 52 comments. Kilroy, great racing all round. Well done, everybody. Thank you, Kilroy. Thank you for joining us and being part of the KRL family. Commando says, Jesus, man, you guys as a commentary stream, it's absolutely gold, he says. And
who said guys can't talk and drive, Trev, or multitask as they
drive and commentate. And not only that, we can also get on the beers. Yes. How good is that?
Aren't we?
And let me just get back.
We've got Butters and Bob in the party now, have we?
I think we do.
Oh, we got Bob. Butters enjoying, so I guess you'll start off with Bob there, Trev.
All right, Bob, another podium, mate. I think you got one at Suzuka a couple of weeks back, mate, but it's great to have you back in the top 3, mate. Talk us through your race tonight. You just minded your own business there and got away pretty cleanly, I think. But what happened, mate? Another podium finish for you.
Well, it was just tough going. I don't know what went wrong. I was holding a lot faster pace in the practice lobbies, and then I don't know what went on. My front left just wouldn't come up to pressure. But so it was just hanging on to the car for a while, and then Mighty Murph just tried to kill me.
Yeah, he just said in the chat he made a mistake. He's sorry to whoever he took out. So I think I saw it as I'm driving on the stream, doing the what race drivers do, watch the big screen. And yeah, he clipped the inside wall, then the outside, and then bounced off the walls, and he was going left, right, and centre. So unfortunate for him, and here he is. Oh, mate, bad luck, mate. It was a good battle.
Yeah, as we'll get to Murph in a moment. You know it's bad when you got to approve his YouTube comments before they appear. But congratulations there, Bob. We'll get back to you. I've forgotten who finished second. Barters, that's right. Have we got him in the post race?
No, he hasn't joined. He must have jumped off. So
okay.
So I'll be you and you can be Barters. So how did you go, Barters? Come out of nowhere and you got P2, mate.
Well, I had a very good race. I had a quiet start and slowly crept my way up the field. Minding my own business, I managed to get into P2, and I'm very pleased with my result tonight, and hopefully it bodes well for the future rounds and the start of the new season. Thank you. Thank you for that, Barter. Of course, everyone knows the rules. You can't just jump off. If you finished in the top 3, you've got to stick around and talk with us. Otherwise, we'll do our strange-sounding, what is it, a translation, or what is it, Wilco?
It's, impersonation, I don't know.
And there we go. We'll work it out. But anyway, this is an easy one. We know you're here, Wilco, so we'll go over our race winner in Jason Wilkinson, the man from Carrum. We'd like to quickly acknowledge all of our drivers from Carrum Downs, past, present, and emerging Carrum, meaning meeting place by the water. But Wilco, talk us through your race, early battles with Big Dick Johnson and Mighty Murph. Are you happy with your performance tonight, or is there more you can get out of both yourself and the car leading into the new season?
No, I was quite happy. That was a good race, good battle. I enjoyed that. Again, feeling that Murph had that, well, he had damage, which that's sort of what fucked you. How much damage did you have? Okay. Yeah, okay. Well then, yeah, so then once that happened, I guess that was all over. Yeah, unfortunate for Big Dog, who I'm just getting word through now. Yeah, he tapped the wall next to the elbow, which, as I said during the race, it's a thing where if you do it, sometimes it can give you a track limit warning. So he done that, got the drive through, and that was his race over, I guess. But I said, for a practice round, pretty good action, and yeah, we'll see everyone in Zolder in 2 weeks' time.
Good stuff. Thank you, Wilco. Thank you for that, Murph. Bad luck tonight, and we'll just get to some of these comments quickly. Binger says, pit lane to 4th. Not a bad start. Great result for you tonight. A pretty handy night's work over the last couple of nights.
Let me just quickly butt in, Binger. So I said I'd say hi to his kids. So Gabby and Isaac, how you going? Young Binger Juniors. So I hope you enjoyed the stream, and hopefully you can be there for your dad to probably win Tier 2.
Good stuff. Hello to the kids. Binger as well. Great to have you with us, mate, and congratulations. The winner last night for Tier 2, and P4 backing it up with another good result tonight. Well, we are almost out of time. Barter says, sorry guys, didn't realise I had to hang around. Never mind. We all chipped in and got the job done. So thank you for that. Well done, Bob. James, don't forget to like my race page, Barton Motorsports. That's right. Don't forget James Barton. Look up Barton Motorsports across Facebook and all the other social media channels. Get amongst it. Binger says, cheers, mate. Thank you, Binger. Have an excellent night. Stay safe and well. And then we can't hear Murph. Would you like to quickly just let us know what Murph had to say there, Wilco?
Oh, Joe Woods, Jason's too quick. Fucking.
He's pretty quick, eh?
I'd chili bunda at the top of the mountain and melt. Fucking bullshit.
Oh, yeah, and then
I'm losing my accent. I'm going back to Australia.
Oh, there we have it, Kilroy. That's what Murph had to say. And basically, pretty pissed off. And thank you for that. Thank you to everybody who's watched the stream tonight. Don't forget, we have round 1 coming up. We've got a week off, I think. Do we have another practice round next week?
No, the week off. So give everyone a nice extra week for Zolder. So there's going to be a very hot race for Zolder, I guess.
Yep, week off,
Pace-wise.
and then we'll be back
who knows?
for the real stuff quality stream, says Cola Commando 13. You still haven't sent those bank account details through, Cola. We'll hold you to that next time around. But we've got a week off. Don't forget to subscribe. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesdays and Thursdays. The practice rounds are done. And now it is time to get down to the real action. The season proper will be starting in a week's time, Wednesday and Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sydney time, on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel. Don't forget to watch Wednesdays and Thursdays. Don't forget, stay safe, stay well. We're out of time, but we will see you next time around. And the Kid Buyers Racing League, it's bye for now.